Hey everybody. Today we're going to do a simple before and after. I'm going to get in my office tank here. We're going to clean it up. We're going to get some of the excess Java moss out of the tank. We are going to remove all of that pothos plant. I just really don't like the way it looks in here. It's not really serving any purpose. It's just taking up a bunch of space in the tank. So we're going to do a water change. We're going to get the glass cleaned up, change the filter. You can see I got all that Java moss that's hanging off of the filter there. I don't mind some of it growing on the filter. In fact, I quite like some of it growing on the filter, but we don't need all of that. And I've also got a lot of Java moss growing through here that I can get in there and thin out. But the main thing I need to thin out in this tank is the red wag platy population. They're a little bit out of control right now. And so on the back side of this video, we're going to see the new fish I got today that are going to go in the tank. And hopefully that will, in time, bring our red wag platy population into control. So let me get started, and then we will see what we put in there on the second half of this video. So consider that your before. And there's your after. So pulling that pothos plant out of there really opened it up. I also got a lot of the Java moss out, as I said I was going to do. And I have also added my 5 black skirt tetras, like I said I was going to do. So I was thinking this morning about putting a Bolivian ram in there, but they didn't have any at the PetSmart when I went over there. So my second choice was my good old tried and true black skirt tetras. They are one of my favorite fish. They're not real flashy or showy, but they were one of the first fish I ever got in the hobby. And I've just always liked them. I still do. I think they're great fish. I don't think that for being as common as they are, that takes away any of their value. I really like the black skirt tetras. So as they grow, they will find little fry, and slowly by attrition, I will end up with less red wag platies in the tank. And that's fine. I don't mind having a busy, crowded tank. In fact, when I did a water change, I lowered the water way down. I almost drained the tank. I'll give you a little look at how much I actually pulled out of there. And the reason I have pulled so much out of there is because it's been a long time since I've done a water change on this tank, and so I assume that the nitrate was pretty high, and that this tank also doesn't have any way for the water to be remineralized or anything else, and so I did a really big water change like that. I did check the nitrate just to see what it looks like, and it looked like pretty much what I thought it was going to look like, very dark red. And again, that's not because I'm worried about the nitrate necessarily, but this tank in particular has no means of putting any carbonates or water hardness or anything back in the water over time. And so as it sits here and I do small top-offs, I'm probably helping out some. But overall, I really needed to do a nice big fat water change and replenish the carbonates and rebalance the pH and the mineralization and everything else. And we were able to do that today with that great big water change. Now, I don't recommend huge water changes if you're not very familiar with what your water chemistry is. You can really disrupt your water chemistry if you do too much of a water change too suddenly. In my case, my water coming out of the ground and then running through my water system is very similar to what is actually in my tank, so I can do these really big water changes without causing any kind of shock or stress on the fish or anything. And it's interesting, just on a side note, you can sort of see the pile of rocks in there with the opening in the middle. I used to have a big temple plant in this tank that was growing up and out of the tank, and I piled those rocks up just to give it some sort of stability to keep it from falling over. And now that it's not there anymore, I guess I really don't need that big pile of rocks in there. But I do like the way it looks, and it does offer some shelter for some of the fish. Of course, that's going to give more hiding places for the babies, but we'll see how it goes. So there you go, everybody. That is a look before and after on my office tank. So I hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, do all that good stuff. And then don't forget, I do a live stream every Friday night and Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and you're welcome to come hang out with me downstairs in the fish room. We'll chat, we'll talk, I'll answer questions, and we'll just generally hang out for the evening. So make sure you check those out. Friday night, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks again for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you real soon on the next one.